Quick side note, this is a replay video, but a normal live stream video will be coming tomorrow, the day after this video uploads, and then there'll be a before the rework in 2 days from now. So if you'd rather watch that, absolutely stay tuned on the YouTube channel, and of course be sure to subscribe. However, for now, here's an interesting replay. They say 40% of your games are lost, 40% of your games are won, and the remaining 20% are down to your inputs. And I think that this game definitely falls within the latter category. We can see the enemies pinging for an invade already, and I must admit this is actually my third time recording this one as my audio settings were off in my previous recordings. So on the upside I am warmed up, on the downside, I'm a bit tired. And of course lots has been going on. Thus why we don't have that many live commentaries right now. But we will. I decided to come down to help, initially going for a bit of a flank, but we're on the back side, the back foot. And then, although I guess we will be on Harass in a moment, we do get a little bit of a chase. Jinx tries to auto-attack that, and she heals in a bit of a panic. It's not enough. She gets flayed. There's Jinx's flash, but we also get an exhaust, and we go a bit forward. Yon's going to get a triple knock-up. I don't know what Rakan just did. But in any case, Swain grabs Syndra. I'm going to take a little bit of a back massage back. And here we can see enemy bot lane start with 2 kills between them. I ghost to get to lane faster, but have to help Rammus anyway. I can only promise him 3 autos. And even then, still a little behind on the top lane. Garen is going to get his level 2 first, but that's okay because we're fresh, and our rune choice is press the attack. You can see we just activated it, so we do just about win that trade, though he's level 2, so his damage is going to be really good compared to my level 1, and there you go, grasp Q again, that's going to put me on nearly half health. I instantly lose this extended trade, I suppose. The time to use Flay against Garen is before his Q is in range, because once it's in range it cannot be cancelled, but not so early that he can juke it. That timing is actually really specific, and you don't want to flay him towards you, you still want to flay him away, which is much harder to do. So long as you are able to flay him during that timing, he will not be able to damage you. The problem though is that Flay's cooldown is higher than Garen's Q cooldown, so be aware of that every time you do that. After about, 5 seconds, 6 seconds for Garen's Q, you gotta wait a little bit longer so you have Flay up as well. However, what that does mean is that you basically get free reign to auto attack him. You do want to still step away from his E, so you don't eat that. Let's just get that straight, that's a bad idea to eat Garen's E. And I did Q onto a minion, Mastery 7, I know. My gameplay is not too good in this particular game, but it's okay because Thresh top is awesome, and it will absolutely carry me. Garen's sword is pretty big, huh? Yeah, she has quite a significant attack range. As with some of the 125 melee range champs, yeah, I'd been able to hook them in the tower from there. In any case, he's going to keep pushing. Now, he's not the best top laner in the world, not the champion, the player. Because a lot of people will always say, hey, if he just freezes the lane at his turret, Thresh can't do anything because he'll just kick his ass. That's not true. We've just talked about how Thresh can actually win a fight, but with spacing against Garen, against Garen specifically. Not only that, but I can also attempt to do the exact same thing. Here we let it crash into the turret because there's a bit too many, and I don't want to be taking that much damage as Garen approaches level 6. Check the bush, a little late. If the lane stays here on equal minions, it will eventually push to Garen, as ours reinforce first. He's going to go ahead, he's going to W and Q, try to get a little hit, and I'm hitting him a lot, which causes my lane to push even further, but I do want to back pretty soon. Got our cannon wave coming up, we missed that minion, because why not? A little paranoid of him being in the bushes, so he's standing on the right side. Going to go ahead, damage his cannon down, so if a fight does break out, we have a cannon, he does not. You can see minions coming past the tower again, Rammus is in the river. I'm going to use this minion wave advantage to harass him a little bit and back off between your autos, or between your trades, so you don't take too much caster minion damage, or none at all. Push these, that's a big wave that he now has to deal with. It's going to be a while till it pushes back to my tower. We back, we get boots. After a little thinking, go for a pickaxe actually. It does almost reach my tower, but I am going to make it in time, not going to miss anything here, except what was lost to minions. Give him a little poke, we're going to miss that minion apparently, of course, as soon as I say that. But as long as we're getting souls, it's all fine. So pickaxe is going to give us the extra 25 AD, and that scales immensely with your auto attack after 10 seconds. So 200% bonus AD, sorry, total AD will turn into magical damage. if that's at 10 seconds. At 5 seconds, of course, it's 100%. And that's applying as soon as you hit level 9 when you've got your maxed level 5 flay. We're at level 7 right now, so it's about what, 180? 170%? Which is still pretty damn good. Garen unfortunately does have his natural tank stats, which are both armor and magic resist, which does limit Thresh's damage capability against him. We do have Ignite, but we don't get many opportunities to use it against him. If Rammus did gank top, then we definitely would. Rammus will gank top, by the way, so we'll get to that. But for the time being, we are just kind of trying to keep the lane frozen here, so we're never a target for Master Yi. We'll talk more about Yi later, with his build choices. As you can see, Swain has 2 kills. He's got 3 deaths as well, which is nice. That's Swain, he's got his lost chapter, he's going to get big. And they have 4 auto attackers. Again, a significant detail we'll expand on. I wouldn't know what that could mean. Keeping the lane here, still just farming. So yeah, we'll speed through this a little bit. There's a couple of little trades here and there. Little times where I auto attack Garen and flay him. I'm starting to play with him a little bit. And our first item is going to be really important in showing what we can actually do. We got a melee minion, which is just going to hold the lane slightly on my side. So we're not overextending at all. Again, landing autos on him. Because he's willing to push it, I'm able to harass him a lot more. Unfortunately, against Garen, with Garen's passive, that means a lot less, especially right now. And with this push, which I was trying to kind of thin out, you can see that Garen is going to take tower aggro, and he's going to fall to the Ignite tower shots there. That's why I focused him, not Yi. Because I'm probably dead, but I might as well get the best of a bad situation here. Yi is going to get some tower gold, and we'll see what he spends that on. But yeah, that is a lot of my tower plates gone now. Big sad. Here we take our steel plates, because the enemies have 4 auto attackers. I normally like Berserker's Greaves. And we have the Giant's Belt as well, which is going to keep us from being all-in. If you go for a full squishy AD build, then there's a high chance that Garen can 100-0 you, as long as if you aren't spacing properly. And using Flay, or he just catches you, or he camps a bush. Whatever, you get ganked. This just gives you a better safety net, and it goes into one of the best Thresh top items. Here we go, Garen's going ahead. He's going to ward that. Rammus goes ahead, gets the taunt, gets a knock up. Going to lead that into a Q. We double cast the Q so we can auto soon. Now you can see I cancelled the auto, so I actually missed the essential auto that we just missed out on Garen, so Garen's going to get away. Beat the crap out of Yi, who's doing no damage right now. I don't even know if he activated his E. But yeah, Rammus will ult, but I will also flay, and I will take the kill. Now, Rammus wants to go ahead and get this. My Lantern does not shield him in time. I don't know if it would save him. But this does give Garen some kind of random confidence to go attack me. I attack a cannon minion. That's going to be a running theme for this game. And kill the Garen with the box. Push the wave up. Miss a soul, I think. A bit sad. Take the tower plate, take another tower plate, take the minion wave as well. That gets us enough gold to finish Titanic Hydra, get a dagger as well. Once you have souls going, we have 47 right now. The daggers and the attack speed become so much more valuable, so things like lethal tempo do become so much more valuable as the game goes on. It's honestly one of the hardest hitting on-hit effects in the game. Actually. I mean, yeah, there's some obvious big ones like Master Yi's true damage, which is good because it's true damage. There's Kayle, whose damage is lower, but she has enough things in her kit which make her a much better auto attacker than Thresh in any day, that you can tend to ignore that. Alright. As you can see, Titanic now lets us wave clear. Now, why is Titanic so good? First of all, it's cost effective. It's about 100% cost effective on Thresh top, even though he's ranged. We get 44 attack damage from just it and our overgrowth, I believe we have. Which is really good for Thresh's mid game and early game with the AD. With that level 9, 200% total AT ratio that we talked about. It's really good as an on-his effect, so it's really good with the attack speed, and it's really good with wave clear, which is something Thresh sorely lacks, especially against someone like Garen here. Because I'm pretty strong, I decided to play him towards me, especially because his trade is basically over, and I still have many more auto attacks to go. Freeze again with the cannon. Trying to deprive him of stuff, but as long as he's able to just wave clear, he's able to do stuff here. However, here's a Master Yi trying to get a crab next to our support Rakan, who did ping this. And I'm going to get the auto on him as he just about tries to get away because we ghosted and he hasn't. Nice. Taunt leads to a flay and hook. Leads to a box. Leads to him dead. Leads to Jinx and Swain coming up as well to chase the Rakan. We are going to get away from the Swain ultimate. He ults a bit early. But sliding past the Swain, he's going to ult onto the Jinx, taunt her in time for me to get a double flay, more auto damage, and we hurt. Hook them back, they can't escape. Push the wave with the Titanic, we get the teleport from the Garen. Go ahead, auto that. Defend the wave from the Garen because he can wave clear like crazy. Using the Titanic to quickly wave clear. It's a really good item. If you play Cho'Gath, you probably understand. They get the Rift Herald and they go mid, and unfortunately will die to the Swain, who's now 5 kills. Master Yi is now 4 kills. You can see he's building a Sunfire cape. Is Sunfire cape trolling? No, it's actually really good. Is it good here? Well, let's think about it. Is it good against Rammus magic damage? Yes. Is it good against my magic damage? Yes. Is it good against stopping him from dying? Yes, so he gets more DPS over a longer period of time. However, it lowers his damage significantly, and we have tanky Rammus, tanky Thresh, tanky Nyla perhaps, with melee base stats, which means that it's actually much harder for Yi to kill them, in my head. I haven't been a Yi main in a very long time, so I could be talking at my ass. But this is going to cause Yi to do much less damage than he could have potentially done to our team, and that may have been his downfall. Even if it means he can output more of his true damage, that true damage only has such a duration. You know, Blade Rune King, it's not really enough. As much attack speed as Highlander will put into it with double strike, it's not enough to take us down. We're way too tanky. What you really need is armor pen, and Sunfire is not that. Excuse me. Right. More wave clear, and we don't have to care about Garen anymore. At this point, it's like he tries a trade, we just auto-attack him through it. Maybe we'll Lantern Shield, maybe we'll Flay, just to make sure we win it. We stay here, he cuts that bush, gives it a haircut. Still wave clearing, trying to get some advantage here. Unbeknownst to me, Swain is headed up. However, we do see Yone and Jinx pass the control ward, and I'm even informed on my team. I assumed that they were a bit closer. I wasn't paying too much attention, so like I said earlier, you can just pop Ghost whenever you want. It's only got a 210 second cooldown. That's completely fine. Much less bad to use than Flash. Now we got Wit's End. Why Wit's End? The enemies do have magic damage in the form of Yone and in the form of Swain. Wit's End is cost effective anyway around level 9 because its on-hit damage is so good, and like Titanic Hydra, it really has all the stats Thresh wants. Attack speed, attack damage, on-hit damage, and magic resist, which he naturally lacks as a ranged laner. I get a little cocky here, I'm like, yeah, I can kick your ass. But he does have his red smite, he does have his lethal tempo, and of course I can't use the sacred technique of hooking out of the alpha, which I realized midway through this fight. I have to do a flay or Q box, and unfortunately, I think if I just moved a little faster, I need to play with that a bit more. With the Q, I could have dragged him into a box and survived, but he will die to the tower anyway, but that's okay. We get a very similar result. The only downside is that I do die and give a shutdown to Swain, apparently. Swain stole the kill. But that's okay. We're working on our own Sunfire cape as well, because the enemy team are very melee. Master Yi, Yone, Garen, and Sunfire can output more damage like that. Frostfire would give us more health, and that's typically preferable. Especially with its mythic passive as opposed to the tenacity. Here we have Yone. We're not too scared of him, but we're not going to mess with that. We're not going to waste too much time. So we're just going to go into a bush and recall. Yeah, Frostfire is normally a little more useful, a little nicer than Sunfire. But Sunfire is either good for the tenacity or is really good for the damage it provides. Now, he doesn't see that he hit me in the bush. That's nice. He's going to go ahead and commit to a Q and going to go ahead, box him in, flay him into it. Or to attack the minions because, my god, I can't click today. Open path. I invite him to Q me. He does. He's going to E. Ult into the tower. And that was a real... Oh, my soundboard is off. I was going to clown horn. Anyway, more farm for me. Take the Gromp. Level 16 right now. Garen is level... I can't see it because he's dead. Regardless, the enemy's going to go for the dragon. Our team is going to die partially at the dragon, but the enemy team is currently taking more losses. We get a Yone teleport. Again, I don't care too much about him, but we did just have a fight. I don't want to go in with no cooldowns, so I'm going to walk away because he was very angry. He was very much looking for a fight there. Back off, finish Sunfire, and get a recurve bow as well. So we had lots of gold to play with. Recurve bow is really nice because it gives you a good chunk of attack speed, 25%, plus the on-hit effect. The on-hit effect, of course, 15 physical damage right now is not very much. In the early game, it's pretty decent, but you don't really want it in the early game because you don't really want Blade Rune King first over Wit's End or Titanic or anything really. Sometimes you can. Okay. Blade Rune King is really good against their tanky champs like Garen and their melees. Even their Yi at this point, their Swain, is really good against them, and slow is useful as well. The lifesteal is really nice as well, and the free hit, I think max HP damage, very nice. Blade Rune King is just a really nice, well-started item with AD and attack speed. Again, stats that Thresh wants, but it's in a much worse kind of distribution than, say, Wit's End is in terms of attack speed. Because Blade Rune King only gives out that 25%. It's still a good item, but it's a bit lacking and it's very squishy, so I would never take it first over Shield Bow if you were going that route. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get level 17 off of blue buff. Now, Swain's dewarding, and he thinks, oh, I'm a Chad 11 kill support. I'm going to ult and kill this sad top lane support. Too bad there's a box, I'll just put you in there, and you are dead, sir. Could have chased Jinx, and Rammus wanted to, but then we do see Yone mid as well. Swain says top diff, I did not notice this in the game. And Yone is going to die through the shield bow. The Gale Force Nyla is going to go ahead and ult in. Now, that's kind of scary. It's going to give her the shields she needs to survive Master Yi, and if you're wondering if we're winning because of Nyla, yesn't. Sometimes they just aren't at fights, is what I'll say now before I forget to say it later. Yes, I think if this bot laner was another traditional carry, they might have failed. Going for the Garen top, I'm going to go ahead, pincer, and he's going to Q me, silence me so I can't do anything, and then bam. I can't get over there. Absolutely no fear of him anymore. We can out damage him. We can kill him through the Thorn Mail. We have magic damage. Now we have Blade Rune King for the lifesteal. So we have a very, very nice mix of stats. We've got the magic resist, we got the armor and magic resist Sunfire, we got the pure damage Blade Rune King, and the health from the Titanic. We are a Chad Bruiser. The enemies are on the Baron. We know they're on it, and now we know they're going to go to Dragon. And we confirm that they vision plant it, and they're totally going to get Dragon Soul. Mountain, Dragon Soul, and they're very tanky, so that's actually a very, very nice soul for them. It's all looking kind of grim right now. To be fair, it's been looking grim for a long time, if you forget that I'm 10-2. Yone, once again, is going to go alone, pushing this. Rammus sees this, he goes for this opportunity. Q in. Yone uses the E, ults back in towards his shadow past self. He's trying to do damage against these two very tanky boys, and finds out that he does literally fuck all. What is he building, by the way? What is he building? Why Blade Rune King? Because we're tanky, you just go for Mortal Reminder, mate. Get the crit. Swain's going to protect the Jinx. It's because we spotted Yi by Baron buff, recalling, and we spotted Garen pushing top. I ghosted in, made the call that we get the Jinx. We get these guys. But we can attack Swain in the meantime because Jinx just does no goddamn damage. Get attack her, get her on 1 health, but now I'm Swain rooted. Can't reach her because she's got her rockets out. Gonna have to lantern, sidestep that. Get queued by the minion. It's still not enough to get the range. But we survive the Swain, and we get the Flay on him, which knocks him right into the Rakan charm, and I'm able to survive. I actually sit there. I'm trying to type, but I end up not pressing enter, so it's a good thing. My summoner spells aren't up. Trying to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my god, thank you. I really appreciated that team in this moment. We got a Kindle Gem, and that's going into Anathema's Chains. Why Anathema's Chains? You could go for Abyssal Mass, which is a very good item on Thresh, but the enemies don't have enough magic damage for me to consider it. We could have done because I have Swain, and it's still a nice tanky item, but Anathema's is going to give me the tenacity reduction against the Yi, who may at any point just have a nice fight, reset, and kill everyone. Or maybe he'll sell items or something to make him very dangerous. And it also reduces the damage they do to me, and as he has invested so much into anti-tank, it's kind of nice that I can do that. Now, it kind of pains me to watch me avoid that cannon, but I'm full build, so who cares. Back to mid. Really trying to get the team to group together, because if we go alone, then we can be Master Yi, we can be even Yone, like here, where I'm taking this ward kind of alone. Rakan does help, but he's going to get killed by Yi, and as tanky as I am, this will eventually bring me down. I even take a Garen ultimate. 1 minute respawn timer. Enemies are able to push forward. They don't have Baron anymore, but I am dead. That is an inhib down. They're not going to be able to get Nyla there. We're just speeding through this. They do put her very low. If Garen still had ult, if he didn't waste it on me, he would have killed Nyla. They're looking for Baron, so we're giving chase. I ghost. You can see Garen on the Syndra, not able to stop him from ulting. Swain's attacking. His ult just ended, I believe. However, Yi has made himself very available. We're going to DPS him down. Try and get the Jinx. We're going to auto Garen and then Q up, and it doesn't work this time as well. It looks like Jinx might have flashed over the wall, though. And with me standing and Rammus defending bot, I'm going to go ahead, stand mid, take more souls. We're at 160 at 36 minutes. It's pretty nice. We check this bush with W, and we need to reset, get our health back to have any hope of getting this dragon. We're now going to switch to the Rammus cam. Enemy jungler is dead. And they're doing Elder. We could see it with the Swain W, and of course we can just predict it. He's going to ult over, and bam! Just after getting vision. And what I love is that he Qs, and he just stays here. He could have W'd maybe to be defensive, but I love that he stayed and he waited for the Lantern. Most people would get impatient and start fighting the Jinx or something and just die, run away from the Lantern and be very sad. So that was very happy. I'm sure the Thresh players in the audience are very happy right now, whether you're support, top, jungle, whatever. The river. Okay. We're full build, the enemy's pushing up. Again, it's the Yone, of course it's the Yone. He's going to get Elder Dragon right down. Swain, I can just stand in it at this point. I am giving him more duration, but it's okay because I'm threatening his life right now. He's going to Stridebreaker the floor in hopes that he can slow the earth spin. Take the Swain down. He really has fallen off. He's not doing anything anymore. I don't care about him with all my magic resist. I don't care about him with the Sunfire. I don't care about him with the life steal I've got. I don't care about Swain. Go ahead, help her farm, I guess, to get 1 soul. And once again, call for a regroup. Enemy is... Sorry, not enemy. Our team is way over this. So we get this farm, and Nyla's immediately going off to the wolves that haven't spawned yet. At this point, again, we have to ping, hey, please help. She got her wolves, now she's back on the way. Some teams would be able to die in the time it takes for her to take wolves. Swain does tank the hook here. Gonna do damage to what we can. Garen flashes in. We flay him off so he can't Beyblade. Master Yi is going to take a lot of damage coming in, so this is where this half-assed tank build is really not helping him. He also didn't buy any magic resist against our very magic damage heavy team, Thresh, Rammus, Syndra. A lot of people do not understand that Thresh is a heavy magic damage champion. I'm pinged off the Swain ultimate. I'm like, sorry, I really don't care about the Swain ultimate right now. Now, let's go end this game. 13-3-10. You can see that we really did not care about the enemy team's damage for most of the game, except that one time we got caught, and even then we were an absolute unit. We end with 5k HP, 271 armor, 127 magic resist, 182 souls, and very Giga Chad. There will be a live game tomorrow, and there will be live games returning as well as a before the rework in 2 days. I hope you enjoyed this one. This was very fun to play. This was a ranked game in silver, by the way. I know my rank is not a secret. People always get surprised. Oh my god, he's silver in high elo. This would never work. Oh, fuck you, dude. Unprompted responses when I don't have coffee. Anyway, that's not serious. It's been played in Challenger by someone, and it won an amount of games somewhat close to 50% in a small sample size of 14 games. And that's enough for me. If it can win at all in Challenger, I'm happy. That's my ammunition to defend myself from all time, except for the people, which is everyone in my games who does not know who ahri even is. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, apparently. See you next time.